Today I'll be breaking down my client Sam's before and after dating profiles. Sam literally just moved to Seattle from China 2 years ago, so he's a proper FOB, and his long-term goal was to find a relationship, get married, and have kids. But in the short term, he really wanted to date some American girls, which he had never done before, just to see if these girls would be a good fit for his future wife. In this video, I'm going to show you how I took a fresh off the boat FOB and helped him go on many dates with American girls.
So again, here's Sam, moved to US 2 years ago. Had only dated Asian girls, really wanted to date American girls, looking for a long-term relationship, family, and kids. So let's look at what happened afterwards. Dated multiple white and Latino girls, regularly 2 to 3 dates per week in highly competitive Seattle. So, here we can see that, been in Seattle for 2 years, got enrolled in this program a couple months ago, was a mindset change, a lot of learning, finally dated a girl I really like and would consider girlfriend material, who's also really interested in me. Went on a first date with a white girl this weekend. You can read the rest. Small win. First time went on a date with a Latina, tongue kissed 3 times. So yeah, pretty successful with his goal coming into the program. So I want to break down now his before and after profiles and what we did to allow him to attract the type of girls that he did, especially in a crazy competitive city like Seattle, where there's so many Asians, there's so many engineers. Like Sam is an engineer, right? It's so easy to just get lumped into like this stereotypical, hey, he's just another nerdy Asian engineer, nothing interesting about him. Okay. Now, before I break down the actual profile, I want to real quick show you. This is what I teach my clients: the 4 layers of a photo, because you need to understand what's happening in this profile and what women are perceiving when they see this. So, the first thing is photo quality. Okay. That's just, is it sharp? Is it colorful? Is it clear? In this case, pretty good. Actually, in the next slide, I'll break down for his case. The who and the what is like, who is this guy and what is he doing in the photos? The emotion is the feeling that is being evoked through this photo, a lot of times through body language and facial expressions. And lastly, the story, which is sort of how it all ties together. Like when a woman scrolls through your photos, what idea of your life does she get? Okay. Now let's look at Sam's photos before. Photo quality, not bad, nothing great. Okay. You ideally want the photos to be a scroll stopper because most guys' photos suck anyways. So if your photo stands out, she's going to stop on the first photo and start looking at the rest of them. That's why the quality matters so much. Who and what? I mean, just very fobby, doing just about nothing. There's nothing in any of these photos where he's actually doing something. He's kind of posing with his car here, but it's kind of confusing because it looks like he's in the back of an elementary school, and it's just like, you know, he's not actually doing anything interesting. Okay, the emotion. Very feminine body language. That's the main thing that I worked with him on in terms of his body language. Because if you look here, right, he has this sort of tilted chin. It's this very like Asian, like graceful look. And then the way his shoulders are tilted and his hands are soft and dainty, and his smile is kind of gentle, right? In Asia, this may be like a thing, but definitely for American girls, they want a more masculine vibe. Okay. And it just screams nice boy, right? It just screams like, hey, cute, soft teddy bear, right? Um, doesn't tell a very authentic story about him. Like literally in our first session, I sat down with him and we talked about what are the things that make you attractive? What are the things that make you Sam that we want to display? And he told me all these things, and they're not in his profile. No wonder women can't perceive the value that he's bringing to the table because he's not demonstrating it. Okay. So, what did we do together? First, we figured out his attractive story, essentially, successful guy, engineer, um, into fashion, really into fashion. He's really into cars. He likes fixing cars and racing cars. So we're not just showing his car because he's like, oh, I'm rich or something. No, it's because that's actually his hobby. And he's really into making coffee. Okay, like that enough right there. That right there is enough to be better than 99% of guys on the dating apps who frankly look just like Sam's before profiles, where it's just like, oh, some guy doing kind of nothing with his life. Okay. This is a story. This is a story about Sam. Then we fine tuned his fashion. Okay. Remember, he specifically wanted to date American girls, but he also didn't want to become inauthentic, become somebody else just to get the type of girls that he was into. So we leaned Western. Okay. I gave him some more clothing items that would show a more Western sort of like, I'm assimilated. I understand the cultural norms here that are cool in Western society, but still being authentic to his Asian side. As you can notice, we didn't like do away with his like two-part cut, but we made it look a little cleaner and a little less Asian. Anyways, we found a happy medium that fit both his authentic self and would be attractive to the girls that he was looking for. Learned attractive body language. This was huge because guys from Asia, like Sam, generally grow up with more feminine gestures, hand motions, facial expressions. It's just a different culture. It's not good or bad, but in Western society, girls prefer a more masculine, dominant, look and vibe. Okay. So what I helped him with was specifically like posing, like, what do you do with your body, your shoulders, your chest, how do you stand? How do you put your chin, your face, and then facial expressions, right? How do you smile? How do you smirk? How do you create a more like, attractive emotion so that when the girl scrolls through your profile, she gets a feeling. She's like, whoa, this guy makes me feel something, right? He's not just bland. He doesn't just blend in with all the rest. This guy's different. Okay. And then lastly, we took high quality photos, common sense, right? Like we have to get photos that make her stop scrolling. And high quality photos also communicate your story better, right? If all your photos are blurry and ugly and taken with bad backgrounds, you know, is not going to do a very good job of communicating the story that you're trying to tell. So that's everything that we did with Sam in order. Let's take a look at his after profile. Photo quality, bang on, scroll stopper. I mean, like this first photo will stop anybody's scroll. And every photo after that is like, oh, nice. It's great, cool, nice. Like every photo looks great. Who and what? Well dressed, successful, sharp, caring, interesting hobbies, sense of mysteriousness. Like this guy just shows different facets of him. It's like, oh, he can be out there in the world and conquering. Oh, he can be pretty fashionable, looks pretty cool. Oh, he can be at home and kind of homey and like down to earth. Oh, damn. Like, he can really, you know, be that guy. He can be him. Oh, he has a playful side, right? Emotion. I mean, it's all over the place, right? There's leader, he's passionate, loving. There's this vibe of like certainty. He's on his path in life. Like, nowhere in these photos do you see a guy who looks weak or uncertain or feminine or just kind of like scared of life. Like this guy is bang on. Like he's on his path. He knows what's up, right? And women are gonna feel that from these photos. And the overarching story is the combination of everything above, right? These set of photos tell the story about Sam that he wanted to be able to tell, but didn't know how to actually bring out, right? And this Sam got way different results than that previous profile of Sam's. Same guy, different presentation, world of different results. Okay. Aside from the profile, we also worked on other things, like just the profile is not going to take you all the way. Like, let's be honest, that's one of the first changes, and it's a rather surface level change. So we also worked on his texting game to make sure girls actually showed up on dates. We worked on his mindset. He was putting American girls on a pedestal. We know that doesn't work. You get needy, right? You start feeling like they're so special, they're so different, and then the girls run away. So we worked on that. We worked on his scarcity mindset with girls. Even there was a time when he was dating 3 girls at once, and he was still feeling like, oh my God, like, I can't say anything wrong. I don't want to lose any one of them. Like, what if they don't like me? What if I do? It's like tiptoeing on eggshells. Had to train him to get rid of that scarcity mindset and realize, like, dude, you actually have options now. You don't have to behave like this anymore. We worked on his dating skills, escalation, moving past the first, second date, getting into the bedroom, all that good stuff. So he's now in a great, great position where he's dating multiple girls, white girls, Latinas, Asian girls, like pretty much whoever he wants to, on a regular basis, and in a position where he can truly evaluate who would be a good fit for him for his future wife. So Sam is not the only one. I've done this with over 120 Asian men, okay? Like, literally, it's a lot. You can try it on your own for sure. Everything on this YouTube channel is free for you to try to implement and learn. That's my whole goal with this channel, is to make this information available and out there. But, if you're tired of being stuck with your dating life and you've tried different advice before, and time is of the essence, right? Maybe you don't have 10 years to just trial and error everything out there on the internet. Then let's talk about it. Okay. Use the link down below to book in a call with me, where I'm going to help you actually come up with a game plan, just like I did with Sam. Told him, hey, this is exactly how we're going to fix your dating situation custom to you. And then, boom, we implement it. So book in a call with me down below, and we'll talk about that strategy. And also, I've linked in the description Sam's client interview, where you can actually hear him talking about the results that he got. So I encourage you to check that out. And then until the next video, I will see you